Welcome back to Staytreat 2020 by Udefine Wellness. I'm Denise O'Malley and the founder of our company. Each day for this 3-day Stay Treat, we're setting aside time after lunch for intention setting with one of the Udefine Wellness Network providers. Today we have Tracy Lawson of Maha in Littleton, Colorado. Tracy eagerly embraces life with an attitude of joy and a happy heart that is open to learning from each new experience as she encourages the light in others. When not teaching, holding ceremony, or helping others feel amazing, you can find her adventuring with her family, creating magic, and dancing under the light of the moon. Tracy is an initiated, now I'm not going to get it, 4th level shaman priestess and wisdom keeper in the Peruvian Incan tradition of the Andes. 500 hours certified yoga instructor, creatrix and owner of Maha Soul, aroma touch therapist, and author of the Positive Intention Workbook. Tracy's products and services are intended to create a healing and empowering mindset for those who need it. Her mantra is, "Who am I? A vivacious feminine spirit. Why am I here? To uplift and inspire, to bring joy to others, to encourage their own light, and raise the vibration of the planet." And with that, everyone, I'm introducing you to my friend Tracy Lawson.
Hello, Denise, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here for these 3 days. I know all of us that have are part of it are excited to share and just bring everybody into a calmer place these days. So the segment that I'm in is called intention setting. So I thought we'd probably better do a little bit of that, but then I'm also going to take you some breath work. I just recently came back from India doing some yoga training, and the one thing that came through loud and clear was how important breath work is to each and every one of us. And then for all of this to happen, again, it's one of those things where it may not sound important, but it truly it can change your mind, your body, your whole life just by calming your central nervous system down, improving the breath work in your body. So I'll take you through some of that today. So as far as the intention setting goes, just a few pointers if you are somebody that has not regularly set intentions. And you can do this on a daily basis. Like, what do I want today, Monday, to look like, to feel like, and you can do this in so many areas of your life. But here's like the easy step-by-step ABCs of intention setting. So number 1, get clear on what you want. And that way you can make the connection with it. And it's not as easy of a step as it sounds. So take some time with thinking, what is it that I want? And I'll also say, not what you don't want. If you want something, frame it in that way. Like, I want whatever that is. Number 2, acknowledge and accept where you are right now, even though you don't like it. And again, this can be anything. Well, a lot of us are in a position right now where we're just, our freedom is a little restricted and things are different right now. So again, in the bigger picture, acknowledge where you are right now, even if you don't like it. And by acknowledging it, it helps your mind accept and release the negative that's going with it. So it's like, okay, I realize this isn't the ideal situation. And then it can let it go instead of it being kind of a pie in the sky idea. Then the next step is exhale. Breathing is so important, but exhaling is where you find the relief. So make sure that when you breathe, you're breathing into your belly and not that high chest breath that so many of us do when we're nervous about things. Chest breathing tells your mind and your body that it's time for action and that you must be on the alert. Where the deep belly breathing, that's actually telling your mind and body that it's safe and you can relax and you can move forward as needed. And then the last step in the intention part is say yes. So as you start creating things and things start manifesting, go ahead and say yes. All right. Another thing that you can do with this is it's not necessarily an affirmation, but just like a statement about the intention. you can think a basic formula like this. Even though, and then here is where you would insert in all the doubts and fears of why you don't think you can have this thing. I'm willing to have blank anyway. So even though I don't like being inside all the time and not seeing my people at the yoga studio, I'm willing to have love, connection, and freedom anyway. Just off the top of my head, but that's kind of the idea of it. So now here's the fun part. I'm going to take you through some breath work. Now, again, some of you may be very familiar with this. Fantastic. Keep it up. And if you're not doing it every day, even 10 minutes of this a day can make a huge difference in your life. And if some of these you may have heard before and you're familiar with them, some of them you've maybe never heard before. So I'm just going to take you through a little bit of, I think there's about 6 or 7 of them, and tell you what they each do for you. So again, breath work in Sanskrit is called pranayama or pranayama. What breath work does is it helps synchronize your mind and your body. It helps, it's that bridge that takes the physical part of our body and the active part of our mind and just helps have it come together a bit. So on average, we breathe about 21,000 times a day. Now that's when you're healthy. This is according to my teacher in India. I haven't actually counted my breath, but when you are stressed or if there's something going on with you that you're unhealthy, you actually breathe more. And yoga and this work is actually to help you slow that down because you want to have a longer life by having longer breath. So some breath work tips. It's best done on an empty stomach first thing in the morning before you start going through your day. Mainly just because you can actually get it done perhaps at that time instead of like, oh, I'll do it later. Some of the breath work can stir up your stomach. So that's why it's best to have an empty stomach. If you're inside, just try to have a space that you're always going to. I call it a sacred space, but a place where you just feel at ease when you're there, you feel happy, and you know that you can have some uninterrupted time. Again, sometimes the morning is best for that, especially for those of you that have kids or pets and everybody else is asleep. If you're outside, again, find something beautiful to look at, but also find something to give you some structure or some support, like literally leaning against a tree or a rock, or if you're in the backyard, maybe just sitting somewhere that you feel like nobody's going to come up on you, that you'll feel safe. And then keep it going. I know as you start new things, sometimes it's like, oh, I'll do it later, or it's not that important, I have to do this today. If you can make 5 minutes of your time just dedicated to breath work, it is for you. So I would encourage you finding that time. So first we're going to start, and I'd love for you to do it with me, just so you can kind of see how it feels and how it sounds. The first one is simply called double breath with tension. And what I want you to do, you would normally have your hands in your laps, but I'm going to put my hands up. So you'd be sitting in a comfortable position, and we're going to take 2 inhales quickly through the nose and tense all of your muscles that you're aware of, and then release, exhale through the mouth. So we'll do this 2 times. So you're taking it quick, 2 inhales, exhale. You can feel it already. Inhale. So that's a great way to just start off, even, a meeting, all the Zoom meetings that you're doing with everybody, have everybody on Zoom do that with you, and that'll help a lot. All right, next is Bhastrika. So this is the bellows breath. And for those of you that have fireplaces, the bellows that you see sitting, or maybe when you're younger, I don't see them so much anymore, but it's the thing that gets the energy going, gets the air going. So this particular breath is good for our nervous system. It's good for digestion, and actually it can aid in weight loss too. It's an energizing breath that creates really fast circulation in your body. Now, Some of this breath work has contraindications. This is one of them. So because it is very vigorous breath, if you have high blood pressure or if you are prone to headaches, you can do this, but you do it at a much slower pace, and you can do it like less of them. And if for any reason with any of this breath work, if you feel dizzy or if you don't feel good, stop immediately. You can also lie down just to catch up, just feeling normal again. But this one is a nice one. Now I'm going to show you a little bit different. You can do it just breathing in your stomach and everything, but this one's kind of an active version of it. And it's all done through the nose. So this one, no mouth breathing. So you would take your hands up, and when you take them up, you're inhaling. And then when you pull them down, exhale. Now that's kind of a slower pace, and that would be a good one, again, if you have high blood pressure. And if you currently have a headache, just don't do this one. But if you're prone to headaches, this might be something to help, again, flush, it gets your system moving. This one is, again, just, you can take about 20 of them and do it in your own time, and you can do it faster. So feel what it is that feels best for you. So again, that's Bhastrika, that's bellows breath. The next one is Kapalabhati, and this is one that a lot of people have heard of or they've seen it. It makes it basically means a shine or a glow to the cranium or the skull. So this one is also a good one for stress reduction. And it's a very warming and invigorating breath that helps cleanse the lungs, the sinuses, the respiratory system. So if you are in good health right now, this is a really good one just to help keep that whole area clean. So we're just keeping away all of the stuff that's going on in the world. The attention on this one is through the exhale. So you can sip as many inhales as you need, but we're paying the most attention to the exhale. Again, go slower on this one if you have high blood pressure. And also if you're pregnant or on menstruation, don't do this one. There's just too much action in the abdominal area. So this one, ideally, you would do for 3 rounds, anywhere from 10 to 20 breaths each. And let me see if I can get up a little higher here. So with your hands, you can put them on your stomach. You don't have to have them there. I just want you to kind of see how it works. But your breath is going to come in. I don't know if you can see. So I'm not pushing it out. I'm actually, like, as I exhale, my breath is going in. So this one, again, and it can really invigorate a lot of things going on. And again, we took about 10 breaths, and it can go slower. And you just feel that gut going in as you're exhaling. And then once you get to a place where you're feeling good, maybe do 10 of them for 3 times, and maybe the next day you take it a little faster. And yes, question? Oh, okay.
Giving the 5-minute sign, my dear.
All right, beautiful. Then let me get to some of the other ones. Ujjayi. Ujjayi is the ocean breath. And this one is also called upward victory. And sometimes I've heard people call it Darth Vader breath, because it sounds like you're restricting the throat. And this one also is helping build immunity. It balances your thyroid, it calms the mind, and it warms up your body. This one you wouldn't want to use if you have headaches or migraines, and if you have any heart issues, this is one to take very lightly. So you would do 3 rounds of it. And the best way to do it first is to pretend you had a mirror in your hand and you're trying to fog it up. And then that same sound in. Now, once you close your mouth and you use that same restriction, you're doing it through your nose. Okay, now with that one, you can do that for about 3 minutes, and you can imagine the ocean. I would imagine the ocean and not Darth Vader next to you. But that's a very nice one to just bring some calmness in. And then if I just have a few more minutes left, I'm going to teach you about sense withdrawal, Brahmari breath, also known as bumblebee. So this one, if you are somebody that doesn't like sense withdrawal, maybe skip this one, but this is a very beautiful one. When you're feeling safe, when you're in, nobody's around you and you can make this sound and feel safe, it's a beautiful one to do. So you're covering your eyes gently with your first 3 fingers. Okay, now take them off so you can see me. And then you're also going to be placing the thumb pads over your ears and closing your ears, not yet. And then as you inhale with all of that, then you exhale like a so that's where the bumblebee comes. So this one is a technique that's good to smooth out any mental or emotional anguish that's going on right now. It helps reduce tension, anger, and anxiety. And it also stimulates the 2 master glands that we have, so the pituitary and the pineal. So it really is helping just like zen them out. So this one, when you have time, do it at least 5 to 7 breaths and make it a long breath. So again, how it all goes together, don't close your ears off yet, but you lightly cover your eyes. And then once you do close your ear flaps, you're inhaling and then all the way out. So that one is where you can really take those nice long breaths and have it just feel like all that tension is just on its way out. So, okay, thank you so much. I hope you can all use some of this to feel better.
Tracy, I love those because they're so different than some of the other breathwork lessons that I've had.
Oh,
And,
good.
the last one, it's not one I would want to teach my daughter when she was, a few years ago as a teenager, and because she would have been doing that to close me out as I'm talk to her.
Right.
I definitely can see that. But these are some great lessons. And, and I just want to pay homage to the fact that, how long were you in India? What, a month?
Mm-hmm.
It was a transformative experience for you. And thank goodness you got back when you did.
Yes.
But wow, to be able to go out there and just immerse yourself into the experience and bring it back to us here in Colorado and through Zoom anywhere in the United States where people are watching this as well. So that's
Yes.
absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful gift. Before she runs off, I just want to share her contact information again. So Tracy has this beautiful little store in downtown Littleton, Colorado called Maha Soul Yoga and Healing Center. Tracy, do you have a store on your website as well?
I mean, yes, for things as far as classes, but I don't have all the
not the goodies. Well, guys, if you're anywhere near Littleton, Colorado, you got to stop into her little store. It gets expensive every time we venture over there, but it's just such a wonderful little place. But fantastic healing center and the work that you're putting out there in the world. And I would invite all of you to go to our website at youdefinewellness.com and looking for her in the provider directory. And if you've been on a number of these today, I'm also reminding you, go over to the Healthy Living Savings Card page under products and check out that directory that we have. Every time I look at the list of discounts that our providers are putting out there under this discount savings card for the public, I am in awe, and it's because of them how beautiful it is. And while we were sitting here in this, my phone's going off telling me I had more people signing up for that Healthy Living Savings Card. So we want to get it in a lot of people's hands. It's something you can share with your entire family. They can use it as many times in a month as you want, and it's a one-time fee for purchasing it. So with that being said, if there's any questions for Tracy, I'm going backwards, sorry. Feel free to ask them here. We're going to start the next session at the top of the hour. So it's about, 8 minutes from now? I keep doing that. I'm sorry about that. But we would, for those who are watching this on video, we thank you for joining us. And we will start the recording again in just another 10 minutes or so.